Farmers in Zambia and sub-Saharan Africa face multiple challenges, including climate change, which disrupts traditional farming cycles, and limited access to information and extension services to learn about the latest technologies and practices needed to increase their incomes, improve their resilience, and adapt to the changing climate.
My name is CGIAR Kasubandeke, and I'm from the Media Company, a social enterprise company that produces media for development and education. We are the producers of Shamba Shape Up Kenya, Uganda, which is called Munda Makeover in Zambia. So the overall goal of our reality TV show for farmers, which is called Munda Makeover, is to support farmers adapt to changing weather patterns across key agricultural value chains. So the aim is to provide them practical information from experts, from research and development, from the donor community, from agribusinesses and from government, so that they can increase their yields, improve their livelihoods, and look at farming as a business. So it's a reality TV show that's filmed on actual smallholder farms. So we visit farms across the country, we find out what issues the farmers are facing, and then we bring in the experts to provide these solutions. So in Zambia, Munda Makeover is broadcast on ZMBC TV, which is the national broadcaster with the widest reach. So it is broadcast in English, Bemba, Nyanja, and Tonga 4 times a week.
To bring the information closer to farmers, Munda Makeover delivers educational content in an engaging format. In every episode, Munda Makeover visits a farm, invites agricultural experts to provide solutions for the farmers' regular problems. In this way, the show promotes practices and technologies that can improve farmers' incomes and overall livelihoods. But there are obstacles in bringing this content to farmers. In Zambia, only 42% of the total population has access to electricity, and just 34.4% have access to a TV. And these numbers are even lower among small-scale farmers. On top of that, accessing farming inputs and services, like the ones featured on the show, remains challenging due to high poverty levels and limited accessibility. These challenges call for a comprehensive approach that uses multiple channels to reach farmers with Munda Makeover content.
International Food Policy Research Institute, Brandcom and partners have tested a more comprehensive approach by implementing and evaluating 2 complementary interventions around Munda Makeover. First, to ensure that Munda Makeover reaches farmers in a context of low penetration, we conducted village screenings in eastern and central provinces. These screenings used a walk-in cinema approach, where Munda Makeover episodes were shown to all interested individuals from the community. In each of the 80 villages, we organized 4 screenings of 2 consecutive episodes over the course of 8 months in 2024. The screenings were in farmers' local languages and allowed them to discuss among themselves and absorb practical lessons firsthand. We also sent SMS reminders to selected farmers in these villages, encouraging them to watch Munda Makeover on TV. So a second intervention aims to improve farmer access to products and services promoted in the show. To achieve this, we organized roadshows at central locations of randomly selected cluster villages. These roadshows resembled a traveling inputs fair, bringing products and service providers closer to the farmers. So the idea was to reduce travel costs for farmers and improve their access to agricultural inputs.
Through the SMS reminders to watch Munda Makeover, the screenings of the TV show, and the roadshows, participating farmers were directly exposed to practical knowledge and novel approaches to better manage climate risk. And they had closer and convenient access to inputs and services that were recommended on the TV show.
Munda Makeover nepunzira zinji monga nkhani yopanga ming'oma, mosungira ming'oma, then nkhani ya ulimi wa kudimba kabeji, then kubwera kulima malepu, then nkhani yoshanga kasava, napunzirako vambiri.
How the roadshow is helping the farmers is we are drawing closer to the farmers. So farmers is not all the farmers which comes in town to see what is there. So most of them they just send their fellow people. Sometimes it's due to the transport. Some they don't manage to go to and from. So most of them they don't have that time to meet and see what is there. So this roadshow is helping to draw closer to the farmers so that each farmer is participated and see what we have for them. And they are really appreciating what we have. In terms of varieties, like me from Koteva, some of them, they don't know all the varieties that we have at the market. So most of them, they are knowing some of the varieties when we come with them. And it is well with them. They are really appreciating because we have given them the full information that they needed and what they lack in their farming activities. So this has really helped the farmers to meet their needs and their standards and to hear more about what we have and the seeds that we have.
The roadshow has addressed the farming needs of the community in the sense that it has brought various suppliers of seeds and chemicals closer to the farmers. The farmers are able to access them, unlike here within Amakolongo where they won't be able to find those various agro inputs.
Munda Makeover, a Zambian TV show promoting a climate-adaptive agricultural practices, was evaluated by Ukama Utawi through village screenings and roadshows offering inputs like seeds and fertilizers. A randomized trial in 20 camps and 160 villages found that screenings increased TV viewership of the show from 6% to 27%, with 40% of participants in treatment villages accessing the show through screenings. These screenings raised awareness of agricultural topics by 30% points. Future research will quantify impacts on the use of promoted inputs, practices, and services. At the same time, roadshows struggled with low sales due to droughts, reducing farmers' purchasing power. Though sales improved in areas with recent emergency relief, aligning roadshows with periods during which farmers have cash, announcing them during harvest periods, and involving experts and farmers featured on the shows could help strengthen the roadshows. Expanding digital outreach of Munda Makeover via YouTube, WhatsApp, and Facebook could enhance engagement and impact. While farmers welcomed the interventions and provided very positive feedback, organizing the TV screenings and the roadshows presented several challenges. The poor road infrastructure and accessibility issues after torrential rains were a major challenge for the logistics of organizing screenings and roadshows. Some other people did not attend the screenings because of competing priorities, such as funerals, religious activities, or government-related developmental meetings. In other cases, individuals expected a reward such as free farming inputs and chose not to participate when they realized no direct support was offered. Finally, extensive drought reduced farmers' purchasing power. This limited roadshow sales. Many farmers said they had to wait for emergency relief before being able to make input purchases for the upcoming growing season. In fact, in locations where farmers had recently received their emergency relief, roadshow sales were much higher.
Under the Munda Makeover project, our key stakeholder has been the Ministry of Agriculture through the DACOs, or we say in full the District Agriculture Coordinating Offices. Part of our discussion mainly centered around what's the period, the recommended period you can implement roadshows. Okay? We wouldn't want to do roadshows at a time when farmers don't have money. So we were advised on the time period. We also wanted to know, according to the interest that we have from the episode that we were running in the screenings, we had already a written list of stakeholders that we wanted to engage. So the ministry was key because, maize being the main value chain that we are focusing on, the ministry worked with all the stakeholders who are there. So we also wanted them to be able to help us with awareness in the community. Because at a time when roadshows are happening, we need to at least have carried out adequate awareness, because we want it to be a selling event and not just an awareness. Okay? Now, when you look at the way roadshows were planned, one of the key objectives was to also ensure that we reduce distance aspect. So accessibility was important. So then the DACOs were important to point to us which ones would be the central location. I think in our startup conversation with the ministry, we were well informed to say it's good to do roadshows maybe around, they recommended a period from August to November as the best time to do roadshows. But an add-on that we picked is that when you want to do roadshows, of course that's the right time. But you need to start awareness early, because farmers are not so good with keeping money. So what we are being advised is to say the time when farmers are just harvesting and they are making sales, that's the time to start telling them to say there will be an input fair. Because the majority farmers, actually they don't plan how to use their money.
Additionally, fertilizer purchases are largely dependent on Zambia's Farmer Input Support Program, FISIP. In this sense, roadshows cannot be regarded as a standalone intervention, but rather as a complement to existing government support initiatives.
To expand programs' reach and ensure long-term impact, future initiatives in this space should leverage online platform to expand the number of viewers. For example, sending YouTube links of Munda Makeover episodes. So this strategy is facilitated by increasing smartphone access in rural Zambia and could encourage farmers to engage with educational content in alternative ways. To make this scalable, one could also connect farmers to input providers and experts after watching the show through digital platforms, for instance, through WhatsApp group or Facebook groups that provide additional Munda Makeover content after each episode is aired. After watching the show, farmers wanted to discuss solutions recommended in the episodes they watched with experts, further guiding them on how to access the resources they need and clarifying any doubts they may have.
The Munda Makeover series demonstrates the power of using TV for delivering educational and engaging agricultural content to farming households. This project extends Munda Makeover's reach by capitalizing on additional channels such as community screenings, roadshows, and digital platforms to help farmers learn and adopt new skills and ultimately improve their income and livelihoods. Staying adaptable and responsive ensures that we address the unique challenges faced by small-scale farmers in Zambia.